everybody, it's Patty, Rockstar Mom, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about eyes and eyeshadow in particular. I have been using the very same method of applying my eyeshadow with almost the very same identical technique for as long as I can remember. I sort of figured out a long time ago what looks best on my eyes to enhance my eyes. I figured out which colors look best on my eyes, and I've never really varied from that. I have tried many other techniques and looks since I found YouTube about 6 or 7 years ago. But nothing so far has worked for me the way I do my own eyes. And I want to share with you something that I also found, probably 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe it was before my YouTube days. And I came across this book by accident, actually. I was on my way to work one morning and I was early. For some reason, way early. And I ran in my local Walmart. And looking for something to do, just to waste time, I walked over to the book section. And there in the book section, this book literally jumped off of the shelf into my hands. And I bought it. I sat there and looked at it first. And I knew I had to have this book. Many of you are going to know who this is. It's Christopher Hopkins. And let me say that Christopher Hopkins has a YouTube channel. He's known as the Makeup Guy, and he does have a YouTube channel. And I absolutely loved, you heard me, loved his videos, the way he did makeovers. But in the past year, Christopher, I'm not sure if he sold his salon. He's up in the Minneapolis area. I'm not sure if he sold his salon but he has a new salon, and he rarely posts a video, and they're just different. But go back and watch some of Christopher's early videos, his early makeovers. This is the book, and it's called Staging Your Comeback. Now, Christopher got his fame, I think he was on Oprah many years ago and did some makeovers, and that's where he actually made a name for himself, if I remember correctly. But this book has become my makeup Bible. I know there are a lot of books out there on makeovers and how to do things, but there is just something about the way Christopher wrote this book. And I'm not going to go through the whole book. From time to time I may. But you can see how it's dog-eared and how I refer to this book all the time. And what I want to do is tell you what Christopher says about eyes. And this is exactly how I feel about my personal eye makeup. I will tell you that I have never worn browns. Every time I would ever try to wear a brown eyeshadow, people would ask me if I was sick. Do you feel okay today? Are you okay? You don't look like yourself, or you don't look like you feel good. Those would be the comments I would get. So I shied away from brown eyeshadows completely. I used dark gray. There was a time when I was younger that I used black. It's always been my signature look. As I said, I wore grays, dark, especially really dark charcoaly grays. Those colors look good on me. I found that eggplant, that real dark eggplant type color, not too red, but that eggplant color, there is a certain shade of purple that I can wear that doesn't make me look like I'm sick. So I want to read you really quick what Christopher says about eyes. It will only be a minute. The chapter is called, and it's only 2 pages, it's called Eyeshadow as You Age. In your second act, and again, this is called staging your comeback. We're now in the second act of our lives. So Christopher says, in your second act, it's just easier, cheaper, and better to narrow the choice of eyeshadow colors to your favorite neutral. You really need only one color, brown. Brown eyeshadow is always current and appropriate. The trick is finding the right shade and tone of brown. Whether it's a warm brown, caramel, terracotta, neutral brown, chocolate or raisin, or cool brown, coffee, plum. When you find one that works, it will probably always work. Remember, you are creating shadow, and shadows naturally do not have a color. Thus, shades of brown that blend with your natural skin tone will always look timeless. In your second act, you should give highly frosted eye colors the cold shoulder. Remember, shine reveals whatever is placed up on it. It will accentuate every line, bump, and irregularity in your eyelid and make wherever you place it appear fatter. Although frost is easier to apply than matte, save the soft frost for just under the brow bone or possibly the inner corner of the eye. Soft frost have a slight glow and no obvious sparkles. And then he gives some eyeshadowing pointers. If you have drooping lids, do not raise your eyebrows when you apply your crease color. Look straight ahead, apply dark just above the lash line, then raise your brows and blend the edges. Relax and repeat for more effect. Very light shadow can make your eyes look smaller, older, and puffier. Use light for small areas like the brow bone or the inner corner of the eye. Second eye acts need only two colors, a light neutral and a dark neutral. Green and blue eyeshadows come and go. In the second act, let them go. Eyeliner that is extended up and out on the upper lid will draw the eye up, creating an eye-defying eye lift. Purple undertones in shadow and eyeliner make green eyes look greener. Warm browns and oranges make blue eyes look bluer. Adding extra loose powder just under the eyes helps catch falling debris when you're applying shadow and mascara, so it can just be brushed away when you're finished. So that is what Christopher says about eyeshadow. And I always only use, in fact, long before I got that book, I only used 2 shades of eyeshadow. And to this day, that's all I do. That's why I call this the easiest eye ever. It's the very same eye look that I have done my entire adult life. I tweak it just a little bit in different directions some days, and in my next video I'll show you what I do just a little bit different. So let's look at how I apply my eyeshadow, remembering that this is not a tutorial. I am not an expert. I know nothing about nothing when it comes to this other than what I have figured out works for me.
I feel like I'm inside a rainbow when I'm with you. I feel like I'm inside a rainbow. The days are dull and gray all the time when you're away, and the nights are as long
eyeshadow palette I am using today is one of my favorite palettes of all times. I love this eyeshadow palette, and I'm not even sure if you can still get it, but it's the TooFaced Romantic Eye. I love this. I love it. And you can see the colors that I use. This is a matte yellow, and I have majorly hit pan here. And by the way, this is called Fashion. And then the other color, light color that I use is called Day. And Day has a little bit of that sparkle in it. And when I use this, I use it under my brow. I've used some of these other colors, but I don't particularly like them. But the two that I love, the first one is the Unveil, and it's this one right here. And you can see that I've hit pan in it. But my all-time favorite, and I have saved this because I love this color so much, I save it. But it's called First Dance, and this is that purple that looks good on me, right there. And I'm close to hitting pan in it, I can see it. And that is called First Dance. I'm going to see if I can try to find this palette. I have tried to find these colors in singles in different brands, and I've really had a lot of trouble finding these colors. The two colors that I really want are the Fashion, this one, and the First Dance, the purple one. Those two colors, if I could find those two colors, I probably would never wear other eyeshadow colors again in my life, because these two colors truly are the two that look the best on me. And I referenced this in the Get Ready With Me video that I did, 3 weeks ago maybe. And I used something called, well, there's different names for it. The Color Swipe was the original one I bought, but then I have found these little things everywhere. I happened to find this one at, I believe, Marshall's. But again, I think I've seen them at Walmart. I've seen them at TJ Maxx, you know, for sure Marshall's, and just have to keep your eyes open. But it's the one that when you open it, it has a really rough type sponge material in the little can. And this one is dirty because I've used it, but you just run these under soap and water and wash them, and they dry really fast. But today for this eyeshadow, I used only one brush, and you know, I'm not partial to a brush. I just pick a brush that I think will work. And this is a Real Technique domed shadow brush. And as you saw, I put the light on all over my lid, and then I clean it, and then I put the color on, and then I clean it, and then I blend. Every time I change colors, I wipe it off. And I've never had a brush be damaged because of it, and I've never had any transfer because of wiping it off. It just works for me. I am at a stage in my life where I want easy. What about you? Know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. The fact that you would want to spend a few minutes with me from time to time just makes my heart happy.